Hey everyone, it's Alex with Crywolf Code here, and I just want to make a quick video about .NET Watch. Now, the reason I want to talk about this is that as frameworks like Blazor become more popular and UI development becomes a bigger part of .NET, this can be a really invaluable tool. It's actually very surprising to me how few .NET developers have even heard of .NET Watch because it can be an extremely valuable tool in certain situations. So .NET Watch essentially offers us kind of a, sort of a hot reload feature. So if you've ever worked with Node or other tools that have this feature, it basically lets you see your changes instantly in the browser or other, other UIs as you make changes in your code. So let's see what we're talking about here. So back in Visual Studio, if I were to change this to Hello World or whatever, and then I want to see that change in the browser, what a lot of developers do is they'll say, run. So they'll start up the application and we have to wait for this whole process and eventually the browser loads and we'll see our UI here eventually loading. Okay, there we go. So it says Hello World, which is great. But now let's, what happens if we change this to Hello Future? And then we say save, and then we go back here and we refresh, and it still says Hello World. That's because our app is still using the previously compiled version and it's already loaded up and it's just not showing our changes. So .NET Watch can fix this for us. So the way we use .NET Watch is from the command line. It's not built into Visual Studio yet in terms of a button to press, but you can open up the folder and a shortcut to the command prompt is to just type CMD up here. And we actually launch .NET Watch using the surprise .NET Watch command. And then we just say run. And new in .NET 5, this will actually launch your app for you. So it compiles and launches the app. And now let's see what the difference is here. So if I put our apps side by side, now if I say hello possibilities, and then I say save, and now over here we can see that refresh right away and we get our changes. So if I change something else, you can see the browser's thinking up top, it loads and it quickly refreshes. And this actually runs pretty quickly. I've used this up to medium-sized apps and the performance has been pretty good. And this just saves you so much time because we don't have to restart the app every single time and wait for that whole loading process. Now, you do give up a couple things here. So for one thing, the debugger is not attached. So you're gonna have to rely on your console output. And in the case of Blazor, you can usually see errors printed out in the browser console as well. So the combination of those two things you can use to diagnose. The hot reload actually will not reload in the browser if the app can't recompile. So if you don't see your changes here, make sure you just check the console to see if there's any issues. But other than that, this is pretty great. If you do have a particularly difficult issue you're trying to debug, you can always just shut down .NET Watch and restart with the debugger attached by doing a full run. So I really encourage you to use this tool. It can be extremely valuable in UI development and just save you a ton of time. So go, have fun with it. And there's also improvements to this tool coming in .NET 6 to make it even faster with more features, and it's going to be great. So stay tuned, and I'll try to make a video about that as well.